Here's the tools we're going to need today. A regular ratchet, a 1/4 inch socket, a 10mm socket, and a 1/2 inch socket, or a 13 mil. First thing we need to do before removing the computer is disconnect the battery. You can find it between the air cleaner and the washer fluid tank. It requires an 8mm wrench. Just be sure you turn it the right way, get it off the side where it's not going to touch the contacts. Next we need to remove the bolts that hold all this stuff over the computer, the coolant reservoir in this metal bar here. So there'll be a small bolt here that can be removed by hand, well, nut. You'll have a 1/2 inch bolt here, a 10mm bolt here, and 2 more 1/2 inch bolts here. After those are removed, you can pull the metal bar out of the way. Set it somewhere where it's not going to cause you any trouble. Then the washer fluid tank can be removed. It's pretty simple. There's not anything else holding it in besides those 2 points. So just pick it up and set it somewhere where it's not going to fall. Here's where the computer normally is. There's 2 points where it's held on, here and down here. It's held on with small bolts, like this one here. So once you loosen those up, the top should have a notch in it, like this. So you pull the top forward and lift straight up. Then you can slide the cover off. It slides straight up. So slide it towards the smaller side. Then you can unplug these clips. Clips are relatively simple to remove. They might require a bit of extra pressure, but you squeeze the 2 red parts here, and they should allow you to pull straight back and remove it. So, after you have your computer removed, swap your MEMCAL and everything else, then you can reinstall it. So that's what I'll be showing next. So now that we have our engine computer out of the car, and we have our refurbished replacement, we're going to want to take the broadcast code, which can be found right here, the upper right hand corner. In my case it's AUBU. We want to write it in on the label here where it asks for it. You can also copy any other information like I did right here. So the service number and any other numbers that you see. After we do that, take the plates covering the MEMCAL off. And you'll see there's 2 little push brackets that retain it. So if you push those down, it'll pop right out, like this. Now here's that broadcast code we saw earlier. It says Delco AUBU 2682. Then you take this and put it into your new computer in the same slot. To fit it, you need to line up the notches. There's one here, and one here. If you look inside, you can see those same notches. Now it looks like it's a little dark for you to see it here, but so that MEMCAL will only fit in one way. They're also called a CalPROM depending on who you're talking to. But to install it, simply just push straight down on the edge on both sides, and you'll see those little brackets pop up to hold it in place. So now we can put our cover back on and install it in the car. So we install the computer sticker side up. The order of the plugs is orange, white, green, blue. So I'm going to plug those in and then we can see what it looks like. So here's what it looks like with all the clips in place. And I'm going to put that sliding cover back over everything. So here's what it looks like with the cover. As you can see, the larger end is down towards the rest of the wiring harness. The top is enclosed. So now we can put it in. Now you'll want it with the wiring harness down. If you need to, and you don't have enough space, you can lift this electrical center up. I can move it out of the way. So there, I'm putting that bottom one into that notch. You just push the top one into place. Now you can put the electrical center piece back down. Now I can reattach nuts. So there's that. Now we can reinstall our coolant tank. I'm going to try it one-handed here. You can see where it goes down there. It's got a little notch where the plastic will fit. And then in the back here, there's the same type of thing. Just make sure you get it in the right position. And everything should just fall right into line. Like so. Now, take that metal bar that we've got here, slide it underneath, line up all the bolt holes. Grab your large 1/2-inch bolt, which is this one. And our smaller 1/2-inch bolts down here. Then our 10mm bolt here. And that last little nut that I was talking about goes right here. And this one you can just hand tighten. Okay, so I'll give these a final tighten up and then we can reconnect the battery and try starting it up. So here we are in the car. There's the information cluster. So I'm going to put the key in, turn it forward. We should see the check engine light come on. That indicates the computer's functioning correctly. Now I'm going to try to start it. It started right up. Now, to do the idle learn procedure, we need to drive the car until it's at operating temperature. And once that's finished, we bring it back, turn it off, disconnect the battery, reconnect it, then start the car and let it idle for 5 minutes. And that should be it.